Welcome to Cocteau Twinks.
Welcome.
Hoctua Twinks. Episode 19. I really want to change our name.
Oh.
Like, I really love Hoctua Twinks.
Oh, not to that.
Everybody
No,
keeps
no,
talking
no.
about Hoctua Twinks, and I'm like, bitch, I'm gagging. Like, I actually really like it, but, do we listen to Cocteau Twins more, or do we Hoctua on it more?
I think
What feels more, like, real to us?
I think Cocteau Twinks more. I don't think Cocteau is like worthy of recognition.
Because you don't Hoctua on that thing. I just love saying it, like Hoctua. If you don't Hoctua, I don't want to talk to ya.
You're so baby. You're
Anyways,
so smart.
welcome
You're
to
so
episode
smart.
19.
Disney.
Did everyone like the previous episode? I actually really liked it. I thought it was like hilarious. Like I thought it was really funny.
think those two really have potential.
Like, yeah, like we're gonna go viral, you guys. Like hashtag viral moment. Like we're literally about to get our viral moment. We were like outside the library before, and then this person came up to me and like asked me for like a lighter, and then like I gave it to them, and then they were like, "Oh my god, wait, are you guys like those like?" Are you like those people, like the podcast? I was like, yeah, that's us. And then they were like, yeah, like my friend like loves your podcast and like listens to it all the time and like always talks about you guys, like, and like always shows me that like you guys on like their For You page and stuff. It was like, that's so sweet.
Notice how everyone always approaches you. And I'm kind of there.
Bitch, because I'll literally be like in conversation with someone, that Ethan will be on his fucking phone like.
Okay, I was researching. My phone is upside down. I don't do it upside down. I do it right way up. I was researching. I was
Like,
busy.
you don't give a fuck. Like, you don't give a fuck.
No, I do.
I care.
No, but I think it's because I look like every other white guy.
Don't erase your Punjab like that, babe. Don't erase it. Ethan told me that apparently he is Punjabi.
I am.
Which is just like a sort of, I don't want to say subgenre, sorry. Like another
It's like a
branch
region.
of like Indian. But like, yeah, I don't know, because then you were saying like some like Punjabi people are like, we are not Indian. But then some Indian people are like, Punjabi people are Indian. So it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I've always just thought it's like a part of India.
Yeah.
But I'm not very like well educated on India and how the like regions and like class work.
Yeah, because I have friends who say like that they identify as like Bengali or like like Sri Lankan, but Sri Lanka is like separate to
It's
India,
a different
right?
country.
Yeah, but then Bengali is like, is that within India? Bengal?
Is that not? I always kind of thought that was Bangladesh.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Maybe we look really stupid.
Yeah, like honestly, like in terms of geography, like I am so uneducated. Like I really am. And like especially even with Asian people, like I'm so bad at guessing like what kind of Asian someone is. I feel like I might have talked about this already, but like I'm so bad at it. Like I feel like I know people who are like, oh, I can tell when someone's like Korean or like Japanese or like Chinese or like Singaporean and whatever. But I'm like, I can never fucking tell. And like, I'm not trying to pull this like, oh, I don't see race bullshit or like race blindness bullshit. But it's just like, I guess like I never have like associated like certain features with like a certain race, because I know that like not everybody necessarily looks like their race. Like I feel like, for example, like people think that like I'm Japanese all the fucking time. And it's like, I'm not fucking Japanese. I'm very far from what a Japanese person would be. So like, I think people just assume that based on like certain physical features I have, but like, I know that like, it's not, not all of that necessarily like correlates all the time.
Yeah. I would say it's much better to just ask like, what is your ethnicity?
Yeah.
Rather than be like, oh, I knew you were Korean because of your eyes.
Because of your shit slit eyes.
I did not say that.
You said because of those coin slits you call eyes.
You're going to get me in trouble.
And you don't like getting in trouble.
I don't like getting in trouble.
Unafraid to reference or to be referenced. Down. Yeah, I think that like, I don't know, like, I talked about this with like with gender as well. Like I can never really tell what gender someone is because I know that like these physical features don't actually correlate with like a person's, you know, true gender. I can guess sexuality. I know a faggot when I see one, honey. Okay, I know a faggot when I see one.
What am I?
You're like really like straight. Like it's giving straight.
I thought you were gonna say regal.
Give it to me straight, doctor. You have 6 months to live. Give it to me gay, doctor. It's giving 6 months. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, maybe I am just like this like next level like woke. Like I'm on like this like level of wokeness that like not everybody can like reach or like understand.
Yeah, I really just, I'm not like that. I'm like, you're a boy, you're a girl.
You have a penis, you have a vagina.
Yeah. But it's
you
like
have nothing.
Even with you, it's like I see it and it's like, oh, you're kind of just like a mix.
Like
what's
half
that?
breed?
How do you identify?
Well, I'm actually non-binary. Do you know what that is?
Like I've heard it, but to me that kind of just sounds like 50% boy, 50% girl.
Yeah, like it's like pick a side. Like you're either one or the other, right? Like
Yeah,
just,
but
like,
I
pick
know,
a side.
I know, like people like you are like still figuring it out. So it's like
and God has a plan for you.
yeah.
And God has a plan for you, and everything happens for a reason. So like you might not necessarily be there at that moment in time right now, but you will get there soon. And you will go back to your feminine identifying self.
Yeah.
So like just like hang in there. Like it will be okay.
Yeah.
You're clearly very like confused and troubled in whatever's going on in your life currently.
Yeah.
But God will fix you.
Yeah, because like I was told I was born non-binary, but then raised
By
as a
who?
boy by
your mother.
No, God told me. And then I almost like relapsed into being non-binary earlier this year, but I reminded myself that shit is not real.
You relapse. It's like heroin.
That's
yeah.
a touchy subject.
Anyways, yeah, what was I going to say? I was literally just about to say out loud that I hate bisexuals. Well, it's out there now. Just kidding. Okay, look, I don't like hate bisexuals. Like you guys can like I respect your choices. But like, do you like fucking girls or do you like fucking guys? Pick a side. No, I'm kidding. Of course, like I gag for bisexuals, but I feel like I'm just like there are just like certain like I'm sick of like this terminology of like biphobia being thrown around because I don't know if I necessarily believe that that is like a real thing, you know? Like I think that like maybe like of course in like a very conservative like or like a Christian community, well, I mean they wouldn't even accept being gay, period, but like to be bisexual and to be able to, you know, be attracted to like both genders. I feel like the whole like term of bisexual has just been completely like warped over time because like bisexual is like the idea of, you know, liking both genders, but of course more than, you know, two genders exists in this day and age, right? So then I don't think it's really applicable. Like I feel like, you know, I identify as queer. I've always identified as queer because, you know, I just don't like I obviously don't believe in binary or whatever. But then it's like I've seen discourse online of people being like, oh, well, bisexual means that you are attracted to both genders and others. But then it's like, why don't you just identify as like pan or like queer?
Yeah,
like,
I'm
why
pretty
do you
sure
need
that's the definition of pansexual.
like why do you need like that word bisexual? And then also like I don't know, like I feel like people will use the term bisexual because like I guess to define their sexuality, but they don't like they sort of think that they feel that way instead of like knowing that they actually do. Like I feel like, you know, you come across so many like bisexual men, right? Who are like, oh, like I could imagine myself like I guess, like holding hands with a man. But then, like, you know, when it really comes down to it, like, everybody bisexual till it's time to start sucking some fucking dick. Like, literally. Like, that's what it is. And it's like, just, like, be who you are for your pride. Like, honestly, like, like, I think, like, women, like, you know, they're bisexual and, like, then they, you know, date men, which is, like, obviously so valid and, like, so chill. Like, that's fine. But then it's, like, they still need to prove their, like, they feel that need to, like, prove their queerness in some way. So, like, you know, like, you always have women who talk about, like, you know, like, oh, I hate men and, like, fuck men, like, fucking men ruin my life, I hate men. But then they're literally posted up, like, dating, like, a fucking man for, like, the past, like, 4 years. And I'm like, if you don't hate men, like, you can hate most men, sure, but, like, to say that you just hate all men, it's like, no, you don't, because I know that you be in your bed at the end of the day with a man sucking his fucking cock and putting his whole cock and balls in your mouth and in your pussy. So, like, don't play with me right now. Like, if you like men, that's okay. Like, it's okay to like men, you guys. It's okay. It's fine. But I do understand, like, feeling insecure with your sexuality, and especially, like, if you're a queer person who, like, hasn't had, like, heaps of experience with, like, being queer, like, that's, like, so chill. But, like, that
look at me.
that doesn't at all ever, like, invalidate your sexuality and, like, who you are and, like, how you feel inside. But then I feel like it's, like, I feel like sometimes people will always slap on the label of, like, being bisexual to, like, sort of gain, like, some level of acceptance from, like, our community, and, like, but then they're not, like, really about it like that. You know? And, like, obviously, like, in some way that does sound like I am, like, invalidating, like, people's sexuality or whatever. But, like, that's just the real tea.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm serious, like, you know, like, there were so many times when I was, like, dating, because I'm off that now, but then I would, like, be dating, like, a bunch of, like, you always see, like, women on dating apps, they will set their preference as, like, bisexual, but then, like, in their, like, relationship goals on, like, Hinge, it'll be, like, looking to make friends with women. Or, like, you go on a date with them and, like, they just, like, want to be friends. Like, it's a very friendly thing. And, like, it's, like, these women say that they're bisexual, but then their, like, standards for, like, the kind of woman that they would date in comparison to, like, the standards that they have for, like, a man is, like, so incomparable, you know?
But, like, you're kind of fortunate because you normally bring your gun on your dates. And when you go on a date with a woman like that...
Oh, my God, like, I can literally, like, shoot them in the fucking head.
You can. I probably couldn't. I think I'd get in trouble. No, but real.
Yeah, so it's just, like... It's already, like, hard enough, like, to be queer, right? And then you use dating apps because obviously, like, you know, being a queer person, like, there's not always going to be that many queer people in, like, your parameter. So, you know, you use dating apps to, like, outsource, right? But then, like, these fucking, like, these functions on these apps that are meant to filter out straggots so that you can be surrounded by queer people are still being infiltrated by fucking straggots. Like, and this is the thing that's pissing me off. And, like, I'm sure that, like, even, like, being, like, a gay man, like the amount of times I've talked with, like, all of my friends about, like, how, like, they have been, like, led on by, like, a straight man who was just, like, using them to, like, experiment, or, like, you know, a guy that they were trying to, like, convince to be gay, to, like, fucking, and to want them in the same way that they wanted him. It's, like, it's awful. Like, it's disgusting. And, like, you know, no one should have to... I feel like it's such, like, a common experience as a queer person, like, to just yearn for someone that you can never have. And it's awful. And it sucks. And straight people should kill themselves.
I feel like I'm getting called out.
Yeah, you're so straight. You want to be straight so bad. Like, you actually, like, you want to be the most privileged man on the fucking earth. You want to be cis, even though you're non-binary. You want to be straight, even though you're a faggot. You want to be white, even though you're Asian. You want to come from a rich family. Anyway.
Please, my parents are divorced, please.
Like, my parents are so divorced right now, like, you guys.
Yeah. No, but I tend to go on dates.
You know, wait.
And then.
Okay, sorry, you go.
But like I tend to go on dates and then the date kind of ends before like I eat the person's ass, and then it just feels like maybe I'm one of those guys.
Yeah. No, but okay, but your thing is that like I think you're a queer person who is not in touch with your emotions, and you are incapable of like connecting with someone on like a deep level, or you're very like, it's very difficult for you to, you know, and we can connect, but we're like best friends. But like in terms of like a romantic thing, it's like I feel like because you're so like, you know, timid and like just have all your fucking walls up, and your booty hole walls are like so tight and like just like so tight and sticky and like closed, you know, I feel like it's hard for you to like let someone in. So like you should just like let someone in. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I think over time, like what did RuPaul say? Like, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna let somebody love you? Someone, how the hell are you gonna love?
He says it every episode.
Yeah, like how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
Amen.
So like, I think that's like just something that you will figure out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my issue is that I love everyone, but like nobody loves me. Like I love everyone too much, and I'm loving people who like could not care if I lived or died, and that's the real tea.
Okay.
I was gonna say something before, but like I literally can't remember. Oh my god! Like
I'm gonna check the camera.
Okay, go check it. Just like go, just fucking get the fuck up. Like get the fuck out of here. Like just get the fuck out. Yeah. Yeah, just fucking walk away. Just leave. Everyone leaves. Just leave, just like everyone else.
It does shake a lot.
I know, it's shaking, right? Okay, don't try to move it. No. It just does that. It just does that. It just does that. But yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, about like the Hinge thing and just like this bullshit of like bitches be like on Hinge like, oh, I'm just looking for friends. This is not a fucking app to make friends. Like if you want to make friends, go to your fucking like local library, like club, go clubbing, go out at night
clubbing.
At bars. Huh?
Seal clubbing. That's terrible.
Seal club. Yeah, we endorse.
No.
We endorse seal clubbing.
You can't say that
on this podcast. But like, yeah, if you want to make friends, like go to a club, go to your library, go out to a store, to a cafe, whatever. Why the fuck are you trying to make friends on Hinge? Like, bitch, I'm trying to get my pussy sucked and fucked, okay? I'm not here to make friends. Right? It's like, this is not how you make friends. This is not how you fucking make friends. Like, learn to make friends elsewhere, bitch. Like, literally, and like I was talking about this on TikTok. But like when you end things with like, I feel like this happens with like men most of the time. Cause like I feel like when it's come to queer like things, I've never really had issues with like being amicable or like civil or even friends with like someone. But like with men, when like you end things with them and then they're like, oh, like, can we still be friends? Or like no. I like still like need you in my life. Like I need, like I still like want you in my life. Like, can we still be friends? It's like, motherfucker, like we were never even friends. We were never friends. Like I didn't bring you to things and introduce you to my friends being like, oh, this is my friend, you know, insert name. Blah. I said, this is the fucking person I'm seeing, insert name. Like we were never friends. And it's like, why the fuck do you think that like after you fucked me over that I would even still want to be friends with you?
Yeah. I think a lot of the time it kind of just like softens the blow and is like, oh, like I care and like I want to be friends.
But it's like, yeah, but that's the thing. Like you don't have to be on good terms with everybody that you fucking bonk in your life. You know, like it's okay to just leave things as they are. Like there's no need to attempt a friendship. And like if you want to attempt a friendship, like sure, but only if it's possible, right? Like I feel like it's like anytime a man has like asked me if we could still be friends or if we could potentially be friends after like not seeing each other anymore, I always think in my head, like, what could you possibly offer me that I don't already gain from, like, the friends in my life that I love and that love me back, right? It's like, you think, like, yeah, sure, I understand why you want to be friends with me, but what makes you think that I want to be friends with you? Flop. Literally, though. And it's, like, so, like, and it's also, like, I feel like you can't just, like, immediately be friends after breaking things off with someone, like, whether it's, like, a situationship or, like, an ex or whatever. Like, I feel like you need that time to just process and, like, to heal and, like, to make sure that, like, you're actually making the right choice and whether you even still want this person in your life or not, right?
Yeah.
Like, even you and I, like, Ethan and I, like, after we broke up, right, like, when we were in high school, like, we weren't friends for, like, a long time until he got hit by his car.
Yeah, because you would just, like, keep saying, like, terrible things about me after the breakup.
Oh, yeah, I was running your name through the mud on my Instagram story, period, as I should. But then, like, I feel like it's really funny because sometimes people have, like, messaged Ethan or, like, messaged me, like, after they've broken up with an ex, and they've been like, how did, like, you and Jade, like, become such good friends? And it's like, bitch, we're fags. That's how we can be friends. Like, it's like, I feel like in, like, but, like, you know, do you think straight people can really, like, have that, like, same level of friendship, like, the same way that we do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you clean my belly button when it gets dirty, and, like, I, like, you know, pick, like, hairs out of your ass with my teeth. Like, and I don't think that other people are even capable or, like, willing to, like, do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's our friendship.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, like, the other thing is, like, straight men, like, probably shouldn't have female friends.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like, well, yes. Well, yes.
Because that kind of, like, just makes you gay.
No, because these fucking straggart fucking men who want to be friends with you, the only reason why they want to be friends is because they know that they could fuck you again potentially. Like, anytime a fucking ex or, like, a sneaky link is like, oh, I still want to be friends. It's like, no, you just want to fucking suck my pussy. Like, you just want the potential of fucking sucking my pussy, and you want everything from me. You want my pussy. You want my friendship. Like, you want, like, all these aspects of my personality or, like, you know, my character, but you don't actually want to fucking work for it. Like, you don't want to do anything to, like, maintain that or give, or, like, you know, anything to keep me, you know? It's like you just want, like, a what's it called? Like, a low maintenance relationship with me, and you want to take everything that you got from your relationship with me, but you don't actually want to work for it because you don't give a fuck about me. You don't care. Like, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, you get me.
Don't.
Sorry, I don't know. I guess, like, I've just been thinking about this a lot, and I kind of think, like, I'm always so suspicious when, like, a man wants to be friends with me, because I'm always like, why do you want to be friends with me? And especially, like, a man that I've dated, it's like what reason do you have to be friends with me? Like, do you actually see me as a friend, or, like, do you literally just want another opportunity to, you know, try and win me over and then fucking suck my hole? Like, tell me, tell me, period. Like, fuck off. Like, literally, fuck the fuck off. Because, like, I have so many friends in my life. Like, I have so many friends. Like, I literally, like, I have the most friends, like, out of everyone. Like, I have the most friends on Facebook. Like, I have the most friends on MySpace. No, but, like, literally, like, I have more than enough friends who I love in my life that, like, I don't need to keep adding on more. You know, I'm happy with my circle. Like, when your circle's small but you're crazy, like, I'm happy with, like, who I have, you know? So yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's like, what do straight men and straight women do in a...
Did you say what I do?
No,
what I do?
don't think I said that. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. Like, what do they do in a friendship? Because even, like, me, like, I don't think I'm friends with any, like, straight girls.
Really?
Or, like, barely. But it's like, I feel like I
Wait,
wouldn't
you're,
have
like,
much
literally so right. Like, we don't have any, like, Stanley Cup Lululemon friends. Can we get some?
Maybe not. But it's like, I feel like I have nothing in common with them, and I'm quite, like,
Wait,
I'm
yeah,
gay.
You literally have so much in common. Like, you love sucking dick. Like, you love sucking dick.
Okay, that's maybe one thing.
I feel like even straight girls don't like sucking dick. Like, I need to find a straight girl who loves sucking dick.
That's powerful. Good for them. Yeah.
Anyways.
But it's like, what would a straight man want to do with a straight girl, activity wise? Go to Yochi.
Yeah,
Boring.
eat Yochi.
Watch a movie.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah. Or like go to the races. But you know, like heaps of like fags have like friends who are like straight girls, you know? Like they'll be like the only faggot in their circle.
Yeah.
And like the girls gag for him. Like the girls love their like this was it like gay best friend, right?
Yeah, but even those relationships are kind of weird.
Yeah, well, because it's like, I don't know, like I feel like it's just like sometimes like these straggot women will be friends with like a gay man because they just like I don't know, like they want somebody that they can sort of like queen out with, which is like chill. Like, yeah, like I understand wanting a friend who you can queen out with, but I feel like sometimes like straight people almost like fetishize this like gay person in the friendship and like just treat them like a like an accessory and not like a real person who has like consciousness and like thoughts and feelings and stuff.
Or even just like as like a real man that should probably be playing footy. Or wrestling with his mates.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, of course you want to fucking wrestle. Of course you're thinking about wrestling. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also thinking about pirate ships.
But yeah, you don't that's so true. Like, you don't have any, like, straight girlfriends. You have straight guy friends. But I don't think...
cis straight girlfriends.
Yeah, you don't have any cis straight, like, girlies. Yes, girl. What I do? Yeah, I think that like maybe we should get some. Like,
maybe.
I really want a fucking Lululemon BBL jacket. Like, I've been looking on Depop. I really want one because I think I could really like eat that.
Okay, look for a second one. XXXL.
We can both wear like the Lululemon BBL jacket, but then I feel like it's like I don't know, but I kind of love like all my faggot friends. Like, I love all my fag and dyke and doll friends. But then I feel like sometimes I get bored. Like, I want a little more like variety in my life. Like, I want to be friends with girls who date guys whose names are like Andrew and like Matt. You never meet bitches like that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Like, where's my Sophies? Right. Where my Sophie at? Where's my Maddie? I want like a Bella in my group. Like, I want like
Cassandra.
A Chloe, you know, like a Cassandra. Who the fuck do you know named Cassandra? I want like a Samantha. Like, I want like
see, I really don't know any girls.
Or even like ABG, like name, I want an Asian
Tessa?
straight friend, like Vivian, you know, like where my Vivian, or like
ventriloquist,
like an Amy. I don't think I'm friends with a single Amy, but you know what? I have never met an Amy that I fucking liked. I've met like maybe one or two, but all of the Amy's that I've known
Amy
throughout
Dunn?
my life. Who?
Amy Dunn?
Who was that?
Excuse me?
Like Amy Poehler, like from Parks and Recreation.
No, the one that had to run away from her husband because he was a freak, and then she set up all those games. He was on the news.
Oh. Cool girl is game. No. You think you'd be happy with some nice Midwestern girl? No way, baby. I'm it. I'm the cunt you married. Anyways, but like... Yeah, I need actually low-key, like, I think I could queen out with an Amy Dunn. Like, I would, like, her and I would gag.
Hate her.
Well, like, I'm literally, like, Amy and you're, like, Nick. But, you know, like, maybe, like, Nick Dunn is, like, a little hotter. And also, I don't think you would even...
Wait, what?
I don't even think you would go through the effort of, like, looking for me. Like, if I went missing, you would be like, thank fucking God. And then I would just show up at your doorstep one day, like, completely covered in blood. And you'd be like, oh, so you finally got your period. Yeah, I have not got my period still. I think it's been 5 months now. We're on a 5-month streak, baby. But I think I'm gonna go to the doctor and like ask them like what that's about, because like I kind of want to know. yeah, I just don't want to be pregnant. I don't think that is like a good look for me. Imagine if I was fucking pregnant. Like, can you imagine me with like a little belly?
You kind of seem like one of those people that would be pregnant and have like no signs and like no baby bump, and then one day you just give birth.
Yeah, like it just like shoots out.
Yeah.
Imagine if I died during pregnancy. Would you like hate the baby for the rest of your life?
No, I'd probably name it Jade.
It's like my reincarnate. You think that you're the fucking scientist from Poor Things, bitch. And you're gonna fall in love with my baby.
Don't say that.
You're gonna fall in love with my fucking baby. And
I'm gonna Taylor Lautner your baby.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness monster. What did you want to talk? Should I check the camera? Wait, hold on.
I want to check it.
I wanna be. Yeah, go check it. Should we do like an on-screen kiss? Like, should we do it? Okay, 1 million subscribers and we'll do an on-screen kiss. It'll be like 5 minutes, like French kissing. Yeah, with tongue. And like you can put your finger like in my butt.
I thought I was going to put it in your mouth as well.
And then you can put it in my mouth. You can put it in my pussy and my ass and my pussy. Anyways, I kind of wanted to talk about just like, well, actually, Ethan, you can talk about your thing first, and then I'll talk about my thing.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about is how the other week I went to watch Wicked with my friend Mason, and it was
something has changed within me. Something is not the same. What's the song they sing in it? Build a Bitch?
What is your problem?
Okay. Go.
Anyway, I watched Wicked and it was truly inspiring. Get your feet down, we'll get kicked out. I'm serious. I can't. You're so distracting. Like I just want to like dive in.
If my pussy was a beach, he'd get swept up by the tide.
Did you put the marbles in your pussy today so that I can suck out? Anyways, I watched Wicked and it was very inspiring because I used to be like on the stage like every week I would just have a show, like I'd catch a plane and have another show in like Canada and stuff. And,
bus, club, plane, bus, another club, no sleep. Sorry, I don't even know how it goes.
But it was really good and I feel like I need to tap back into my theater kid era and stop seeing like theater as being like cringe. Because it is.
Well, I think theater is cringe and it's fucking gay. Theater is fucking gay.
So once again, you're using gay as an insult.
As a derogatory
and I hate
term.
to break it to you, but gay is actually means happy.
Well, like, I like gay people, but like, I just hate how they always like put it in my face. Like, I don't need to know that like you're taking dick up the ass.
You know, I should talk about my mum's hairdresser.
Yeah, what about?
How she's a freak.
Oh yeah. Wait.
I can't remember what
keep your musical.
Maybe I'll do that in another episode.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I love gay people, but I hate theater. Like I hate theater, and I've seen every single season of Glee. And I don't know, like it's just like seeing Mr. Schuster sing like the thong song is like a core memory that's like ingrained in my like traumatic memory that's ingrained in my head for life, and like I have PTSD now after listening to that. But yeah, I don't know, I just like I don't really gag for like theater, you know.
Yeah, I think part of that is mostly because you're jealous because like you would watch like a musical and you would realize that, oh, these people can like sing and dance, meanwhile you can't sing and your body moves weird. So but I watch it and be like, I can do that, and I should be doing that.
Well, then why don't you just get up and fucking do it?
Something has changed within me.
Remember when you watched, what else did you watch? Hamilton?
I watched Hamilton, which was like good because the performers are great.
Yeah.
And like everything, like the set and the costumes and stuff is great. But like, I don't really know about the story.
I watched The Lion King in theaters.
I did as well.
Do you remember that? The kid was like so bad.
There's different casts.
Oh, okay.
Something you probably don't know about musical theater is that there are different casts.
Oh, I thought it was like the same cast, like throughout the whole thing.
There's like 5 or more.
But I just remember like that one kid who plays like Simba, like what's the song? And I just can't wait to be
Wait, are you talking about Northwest?
No. But like the one that I watched like back in like when I was like fucking like 15 or some shit. It was like so shit.
Yeah, and I watched Billy Elliot as well, and that's when I realized I'm a ballerina boxer, and I'm gay.
Really?
No, I was very young then.
What was your like gay awakening? Like when did you know that you were gay?
Pretty late. I don't know if there was actually a gay awakening, but I think 'cause for a lot of my time growing up, I had a lot of internalized homophobia, and I genuinely feel like one day I woke up and was like, oh, being gay is not bad, and I think I'm gay.
Right. Period. It wasn't when you
That's
were like
not a period moment.
it wasn't when like you were like, you know, you were just doing your like daily like Pornhub scroll and then you like saw like like a gay like bear twink like orgy video and were like, oh, like this looks interesting, and then it like changed your life.
No, not really. No, one time I looked into the mirror and I had to do a double take. And that's when I realized.
Babe, that's narcissism.
No, but it's like, 'cause like everyone is gay.
Period.
Everyone is gay, and most people just don't realize it.
Like that song from the Lego movie, like everyone's a faggot. No, everything is gay. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
But it's I think like obviously homophobia and society's like expectations push a lot of people to not accept it.
I just don't think you were ever really like straight coded. Like even when we were like in high school, like and when we were like a couple and I was like she, her identifying as well. Like I don't think either of us were very straight coded. Like I think there was always something a little off about us.
Yeah, I was in the choir and I played classical guitar.
Yeah, and I was fingering my pussy.
Okay.
And I was watching like compilations of like She Go on like YouTube and fingering my pussy. I think my gay awakening was I don't know, like I feel like I always used to have like sex dreams and like thoughts about like women like sexually, but then I was like I kind of thought that like everyone did that. That's why like But I'm a Cheerleader is like so funny to me because I think I went through the same thing when I was younger of like being like, oh, everybody thinks about like girls in like tight short skirts and like thinks about thighs and like tits and stuff, but then people were like, no, like they don't.
Yeah, I don't do that.
So I was like, oh. So I think like I always had those thoughts, and also like I always like gagged for like women in like movies and like TV shows. Always gagged. Like I never really gave a fuck about like the male characters. Like you know like Victorious, like everybody always gagged for like the guy with like the long hair, like Adrian like Jogia or something. Like I don't know what his name is, but I was always gagging for like Cat Valentine and like Victoria Justice. Like I think we can all sing like that. Like she was my diva, and I feel like I don't know, like I would talk about Victorious with like other girls, and then they would talk about like they think that the boys in the show are so hot, and I was like, babe, like I was never gagging for them. Like I was always like Cat Valentine, like he didn't say I couldn't sing. I was like always gagging, and I was like, that's my fucking diva, and I wanna up on the phone. Like I was always gagging, so I don't know. So I think when I was older, but then I was obviously like raised like very Christian, so like my family like homophobic as fuck, so I never really like told anyone about it. But then when I was older, I like started thinking about it more. And there was also this girl in high school that like I had like a big crush on. She's a straggot, you know. And she likes footy, so like I don't think it could ever work between us.
I know.
But I had a crush on her. And like I think like the more that like I talked to her, I kind of like thought about it more and more, and then that's when I realized like yeah, I'm just thinking about it. But then I realized like yeah, I'm a fag. And then when I got out of high school, I was like able to like I guess like kind of act on that more, and also realize I was like non-binary as well. But then I think it's like being in a fucking high school, like especially like I get so jealous when like I talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, everyone in my school was a fag, and like I got to be out when I was in high school. I'm always like so jealous because like the high school that I went to was like so conservative and so Christian. Like majority of the people were like European, and they all had like Catholic Christian like family and stuff. Like I could never be out, and I never felt comfortable to like really like be myself. And I kind of look back on that time, and like I wish that I had like the space to be able to just like be more myself, because then I probably wouldn't have been such a cunt, and like I would have been like, if I felt like people were more accepting of me, like I would have been more accepting of like other people too, you know. So yeah, it's like I'm always really jealous when people have like good high school experience where like they're able to like truly be themselves, or like even have like accepting family and stuff. Like, yeah. But yeah, I feel like your school had like a couple fags who were out, and like that's awesome, you know.
Don't call them that.
There's one guy who I'm friends with, like distant but like still friends, like from my high school. He was out, and he was like people always talk shit about him, but he like was always himself. Shout out Jamil. Period.
You just outed him.
Shut the fuck up. Shout out Jamil. Like, love him. But then I feel like seeing him in high school was like always like you know, like when you see someone who's out and you're not out, and like they're like your inspiration. Like I feel like he was very inspiring to me to see him be able to be himself. I like always really gagged, you know. So shout out Jamil. And he was a person of color too, period. Or still is, but
shout him out again.
Shout out Jamil. So yeah. You wanna be on the stage?
Yeah.
I could totally see you in like a traveling circus.
What? And I just spread it really wide?
Yeah, like you stand in the cage and then people all gather around, and then you like open your legs and spread your pussy. And you spread your pussy hole and you show all of the guests your pussy.
I'm not like you.
Your little pussy belongs to me. Would you ever, like, if you were ever fucking someone, and like, would you be like, whose pussy is this? And they're like, it's yours. Like, would you do that?
Don't think so.
Really?
Wait, am I asking the question?
Yeah, like you're asking. Or like, would you want to say to someone that like your pussy belongs to them? Like, what would you prefer?
Neither.
Really? Because you don't think people belong to each other?
Well, I think I'd prefer to ask it, but I wouldn't ask it.
You'd say, whose pussy is this?
Sure. But if I was asked the question, I don't think I would.
You'd be like, baby, it's mine. You'd say, baby, you can't read the doll.
I'd say,
stop! You'd be like, actually, nothing on this earth belongs to anyone, and we are all part of a bigger picture.
Who do you think I am?
I don't know. Like, I feel like you are like secretly like a freak during sex. Like I watched this TikTok of this guy who was talking about like, why do girls always cover their face when you like take their panties off? like they're always like, no, like don't look at me, babe. And he's like girls like that are like always the freakiest bitches like you've ever fucking met. Like they're seriously freaky, but then they pretend like they're shy. Like I feel like that's you. And you just like need someone to come around and look at I got the kick.
Wait, so you want me to flash the camera and cover my face?
Well, yes.
Don't think I'll do that.
No, but I just think that you're like a shy freak.
Okay, thank you.
And you just like don't like, because you're like demure and you're classy, and like you don't want to like let every bitch know that like you're DTF, you know? But you're like secretly a freak. Okay. And you like want my pussy in your mouth.
In my mouth? How big is it?
Oh, it's big, baby. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. So, like, you know, as you all know, I'm like deeply depressed and like miserable. Oh. And it's really funny because like this guy that like I was like talking to, he like messaged me. He was like, "Do you think that your podcast is like kind of like just like the Depression Olympics or something?" Like he made a comment like that. And I said to him, I was like, "Okay, well, why doesn't like one good thing happen in my life, and then like I won't be fucking talking about how miserable my fucking life is then, bitch? Like what, like Depression Olympics? Like yeah, okay, fine. Like I come first place, I guess. But it's like, shut the fuck up, because like this is just like this is just my life, and this is how like my life has like ended up, and like I'm not gonna like, you know, sit here and pretend that like everything is good in my life, because it's not. And honestly, like it never really is. Like I feel like there are really like in my life there are such fleeting moments where like maybe like a month max where like no, like 2 weeks max where like everything is just like really chill and normal, but there's always something going on, you know, whether it's like internal or external, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I have been like pretty depressed like since I was like Can you check the camera at 45?
Like now?
Yeah. Thanks. Like I've been pretty depressed like since I was like maybe like 12 or like 13. I think when I was like 12 or 13 I was like actually like aware of it, you know, or like gaining like awareness of it. But then like yeah, and then as time went on, like my life got like really bad, and especially with like my fucked up like family life and all this stuff. So then like I was like really depressed, and then I kind of thought that like it was like situational because at one point like my dad was out of the picture. So then like I thought that things were good, but it's like what happened was like I hadn't actually like processed like anything that had happened in like my childhood or like my teenage years. So even like not living like with my dad or like not seeing my dad anymore, it's like I think I still deal with like the after effects of like all that shit that like I thought that I processed, but in reality I was just so focused on like surviving in like my home that like I didn't actually like deal with it, right? So then like I feel like all these external problems like outside of like, you know, being abused and stuff have just like caught up to me. And like also like on top of that, like sort of like where my life is now with like all the other experiences that I've gained in my life from like, you know, like dating people or like being friends with people, falling out with friends, and like all these other things, like, or just racism and just like homophobia and all that bullshit. Like I feel like, yeah, it's just gotten to a point where like I just feel like very like I feel very lonely sometimes, and like I feel like there are things that are going on in my head that like I can't talk to people about, or else like I will literally like be put in a psychiatric institution. I'm a different kind of twisted. No, but it's like, you know, and like especially like talking about like being suicidal, like I am suicidal, and I feel like it can be really hard to talk about because one, everyone thinks I'm joking. And like I do joke about this sometimes. Like I do say like, yeah, like, oh, you know, this slight inconvenience happened in my life, like I spilt my coffee on myself, like I'm gonna kill myself, right? But then there are other times where like I'm like, you know, I really want to kill myself, and it's like it's so, you know, it's hard to tell someone about that because it's like of course they're gonna be like really shocked or like really like they want to help, but it's like I don't necessarily know if there is like any way to help, you know. I've like I've gone, of course I've gone therapy medication route, and you know I've cycled through therapists from since I was like 15, but it's like no matter how many therapists I talk to, I feel like it's never actually like I guess like fixed things. I have like there are ways that like I've been able to cope, and obviously because I'm still alive and I'm here today, I guess like they've worked, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes I do get this feeling that like I'm gonna be like broken and like I'm gonna be like this for like the rest of my life, and it's scary because then I think like why do I even like put myself through this? You know, like I feel like even though I'm so young, like I already feel so like wasted as like a human being. So yeah. Sorry, that was like yeah, sorry.
Wait, why do you feel wasted?
I don't know, like I feel like there are like all these things that like I think I live with like a lot of regret and like a lot of regret for like the way that I live my life, or like how my life could have possibly like turned out. And because of like, you know, the decisions that I've made from when I was younger and how they've affected me today, I feel like, you know, you don't get a second chance at like being young again. You don't get a second chance at like doing things in your life again. So you kind of like, you know, in present time, you just have to accept all your past failures and like all your past decisions and stuff. And I kind of think like I feel like there's just a lot of like things that I like kind of fucked up in my life. Yeah. And there's no way to turn back time and do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely learn from those experiences and make different choices in the future and in your
Yeah.
current life, which will positively affect you. But it's like, if you're dead, you can't make that choice.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever think about that?
I know, but then it's like the sort of relief that I feel when I think about being dead and like not having to work, not having to pay rent, not having to like deal with like all the bullshit that, you know, exists in like my life. I kind of think like, oh, like, you know, like, wouldn't it be nice by the Beach Boys? Wouldn't life be so much easier if I wasn't like living it? Right. But, you know, I don't think life is like meant to be easy. Obviously for some people it does come a lot easier, and like a lot of people exist with like a lot of privilege and like have a privileged good life, you know. But yeah, sometimes I just think it's like it's really like hard being alive. Not the Marriage Story reference. But I like, you know, I am, but at the same time it's like I do like there are pros and cons to being alive, you know. Like there are a lot of things in my life that I just love, like my family and my friends and stuff. But then like there's just a lot of things that I really don't like, and I wish that I could change, but like obviously like you can't change everything, and you can't change things that you can't control. Yeah.
Like you definitely can't change the awful shit that's happened in your life in the past. But yeah, like things like work will obviously not happen anymore if you're dead. But there are ways to enjoy your work more. Yeah. And it's like a lot of people hate working, and a lot of people wish they wouldn't have to do it. Yeah. But those people as well can like find something they enjoy more. Yeah. But that's why like I want to earn like heaps of money, like, and then I want to like buy a house for like my siblings and like my friends and I, and then we can all like live in the house, and then it'll be like the POC like hype house, and then we just like all day we just like make content and like TikTok and like all try to be influencers, and like we live in like Los Angeles. Like that is my fucking dream fucking reality, that you to just live in a house with all the people that you love, and you just get to hang out all the time and like eat dinner together and like swim in like a pool and like, you know, play like games and like drink hot chocolate by like a fireplace. Like that is my fucking fantasy reality. Literally. And then we just have to do the fucking renegade fucking dance like every like 3 months, you know. Give up. What's your fucking reality? Oh, you want to build a fucking rocket ship, bitch. You want to live in space, honey. Baby, I'm gonna make you that money. But yeah, I did want to talk about like, I guess like this is something that I guess when I talk about, which I thought was kind of funny, was like when I like attempted like suicide when I was like 15. This is just funny to me because of like the way that I like tried to do it and how like embarrassing it was. Say trigger warning. Okay, well obviously I just said suicide, so fucking trigger warning, suicide, whatever. But anyways, when I was like 15, I like got into like this fight with my dad. I can't even remember what it was about. It was probably some fucking bullshit of like, you know, I didn't say hi to him when he like came back from work one night. So then we got into like some big fight, and then he like shoved me. And then at this point, like I was just like, I was like 15, and like all the fucking shit he did to me for like the past like 2 years, I was like, you know what? Like this was my fucking last straw. I was like, I fucking had it. I fucking had it up to here. Like I'm done. So then I like went into my room and like I wrote this like long ass suicide note. This suicide note was like 10 pages long. It was 10 pages. You had a lot to say. I had a lot to say. And like I wrote shit to like all of my siblings, and I was like, fuck you guys, like you never fucking supported me. Imagine if I actually fucking died and I like left this with them. Like it's so bad. I like wrote this thing, and then I actually deleted the document after like I came back from hospital, and I feel bad because I wish I kept it because I would have loved to like read it again in the future and like see how far I've come, right? But then anyways, like I wrote this big thing detailing like all the abuse of like the way that my dad treated me and like my mom and stuff, and like
And then I wrote things to like my friends as well, being like, I'm sorry to like leave you, but like I can't handle this, like I'm done. And then I grabbed like every single pill that I could find in my house, which by the way was like 3 boxes of like Panadol. You like can't overdose on this shit. Like I'm sorry, you can't overdose on this shit. If you know what fucking Panadol is, like Nurofen, Panadol, like I grabbed like every single pill I could find in the house, like because we had a medicine box. Like I must have, and then like which would have probably been like just under like 100 pills, which again is like not enough. But then like yeah, so then I grabbed all these pills and I was sitting on my bed. I had this like document ready saved. I like swallowed all these pills and then I like sent the document to one of my friends from high school. Yeah, I sent it to her on email. Yeah. So she, and this was a school email and I did this on the weekend. So she wouldn't have seen it until like she would have come into school, like logged in on her fucking laptop, checked the email and saw that I sent the suicide note, right? Yeah, can you see why I regret a lot of things in my fucking life, right? So anyways, obviously I swallowed these pills and I hadn't researched how to kill myself before. I just like seen it in like movies. So then like, you know, I swallowed these pills and then I was like, why am I not like immediately dead? So then that night I ended up having to go to dinner with my family. So then I was just like sitting, like I was like out at dinner thinking in my head, like what, like getting ready to just drop dead at any second because I thought that's how it worked. But then in the end, of course, I got through the dinner, I come home, and then I think I told like 2 of my siblings that like I attempted. And I remember like my brother, he was like so mad at me. And like I didn't even do it properly, but he was like so mad. And like I remember he went to my room and he's like, why would you even try to do that? Like, are you fucking stupid? And I was like, well, yeah, like kind of. And like so desperate at this time to just die. And then in the morning I woke up and then like I was just vomiting. Like I was vomiting the whole day because obviously my body's just like rejecting all the shit that I put into it. So just vomiting. I couldn't stop vomiting. I was like vomiting so much that there was nothing in my stomach. It was just like bile, right? Like gross, right? And then like my other sister knew about it. So like she was like freaking out. And then she like told my mom. And then at the same time, the friend who I sent the suicide note to read the fucking note, was at school, started freaking out at school, like fucking like immediately burst into tears, called her mom, told her about it. So then her mom called my mom and they were like, bitch, like your fucking kid, like you need to check on your fucking kid. So then my mom came home and then was like, you know, asking me like, what did you do? What the fuck did you do? And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. Right. So then my friend's mom my mom wasn't free, so my friend's mom had to like take me to the hospital, and then I stayed in the hospital for like 5 days. They like connected like an IV drip thing to me or whatever, and then all of my family like found out that I attempted. It was a really sad excuse of like an attempt. Like I definitely could have done better, but like yeah, that's just what it was. And I just remember like my siblings were like really like upset about it because then they were like I think they weren't aware of like how like awful I was feeling at home. But then yeah, I just remember like I remember my grandma like visited me in hospital and then she was like, stupid girl, like you tried to take medicine, you tried to swallow a pill. Ayya, stupid girl. Like that's what she was calling me. And I was like, it was really funny. And then like I just remember like my dad was like so mad. He was so mad about it. And he was like I remember when I was in hospital, like he was like saying, he said to me, he was like, if you ever try to kill yourself again, like you better succeed the next time. And then like, yeah. And then he was just like being like such a freak. And then like, I just remember like, I was actually going to stay with like my grandma, like after I like got released from hospital. But then my dad, he like begged me to like come like stay in the house and like stay with him. And then I was like, oh, fine, like whatever. And apparently when I was in hospital, like I think my siblings had like a really big talk with my dad being like, you're a fucking piece of shit. And like, you know, like how could you do this to Jade and stuff. And also I remember my dad told his side of the family about like how I attempted to kill myself. And he said to them, he was like, oh, Jade attempted to kill herself because of social media. like I was being cyberbullied online. It's like, bitch, I was the one doing the cyberbullying. The fuck, like. But then he like told all of them. So then all of my dad's side of the family found out like that. So then every time after I came to visit Indonesia and like hang out with them, they would always be saying this shit of like, make sure you don't spend too much time on your phone, like, okay, and like all this bullshit. It's like, no, make sure you fucking separate me from my fucking abusive piece of shit fucking father, actually. Yeah. Like your fucking brother, right? And then anyways, so like post suicide attempt, my siblings were like a lot nicer to me, and like I got along with them like a lot better. This was like sort of the start of like our relationship getting better. And then like my mom was like nicer than me too. My dad was like still a piece of shit, and I remember like one time like we like got into like this fight, and then he was like oh like he like got like a knife from the kitchen, and then he like fucking put it against me, and he was like cut yourself, like fucking kill yourself, like just fucking do it, like I fucking dare you, like if you want to fucking kill yourself so bad, just do it. And I was like, you're literally beefing with a fucking 15-year-old kid. Like, what is your fucking issue, bro? Like, actually, what is your fucking issue? So yeah, that was just like my embarrassing ass like suicide attempt. And the reason why I'm embarrassed, obviously, to try and kill yourself is not embarrassing, but it's like it's embarrassing because I survived, you know, and it's embarrassing because like people, like whenever I used to talk about it, I used to cry because I'd be so embarrassed that like I like didn't succeed. But then like I think now that I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, you know what, like I attempted that, it's okay, and like I guess like I am sort of feeling better that I'm alive in comparison to being dead, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to make fun of you for being stupid anymore. Because that's a blessing.
You're so right. Like, do you, like...
If you had, like, a little more intelligence.
Yeah, and
we would have never met.
If I had properly researched it, right, I probably would have been able to do it. But like, this is the thing with me. Like, I never research shit. I always do shit on impulse. So the way that I thought, I was like, yeah, I'll just like kill myself like this. Like, it'll work. Right? It's so stupid. And you're so right. If I was not, like, I was like not, because that was the same year that I met you. But that was like... Yeah, when I was like 15.
Oh yeah.
Because that was like the start of the year, and then I met you towards the end of the year. So it was like, yeah, it was close, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so then
we were meant for each other.
Yeah, and then after that, like I never like attempted again, but like I did always like think about it, and I did like self-harm a lot at like a point. But like I feel like nowadays I'm kind of like, it's just sort of something that like sits in my mind. But I never really, like, I haven't, like, acted on it. And also I know that, like, if I do feel like that, I can always talk to people. So, yeah, so I guess that's my history with, like, being suicidal.
Yeah. History, honey. Herstory.
But, yeah, like, I think that, like, if I could take away anything from that experience and just, like, my experience as a whole... my experience as a HOLE period, I would just say that like it does get better, and like even though life is mostly shit, there are a lot of things that have happened in my life that like I wouldn't trade anything for, and that I am really lucky to have been able like to be alive, to be able to experience those things. You know, especially being friends with you and like and being like, you know, I went to fucking Sanrio Land in Japan. Bitch, I could have not done that if I was 6 feet in the fucking ground, honey. Okay? I made a man drink my squirt. Again, couldn't have experienced that if I was dead. So there are like certain moments in your life that you really just have to like live for and to really love and like appreciate, you know, because those are the moments that make all of it worth it, you know?
Yeah, like the day I bought them for the first time.
Baby, you can't bottom the doll. Anyways, but yeah, so that's life. Life is bad, but then it's good, you know?
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. How did we end this podcast, on like a good note or a bad note?
We can end it maybe like you lying down. I put like some sushi on you.
Why do you always, what is this obsession with you eating food off my fucking body? Why do you want to eat food off my body so fucking bad?
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry.
I'm so fucking hungry.
Babe, I'm just hungry. Please just lie down. I'm hungry. I need to eat.
Okay, well, anyways, I think that's, oh, love you. Bitch. Not our headphones like bumping into each other. That's so romantic.
Ow.
Anyways, I think that's...
I'm really happy you're not dead.
Yeah?
Of
Like
course.
how happy on like a scale of 1 to 10?
Hard as a rock. Oh, that wasn't the question?
I am rock hard right now. Well, yeah, I'm happy you're alive too.
Yeah,
I'm happy that that car didn't kill you.
I guess. That was probably the closest I got.
Yeah. Well, that's life. Well, anyways, yeah, I don't know. Let's just end it here.
I suppose.
We'll talk more next week. Yeah, Ethan and I, this is the only time that we actually communicate with each other. Like outside the podcast, like we don't speak.
Yeah.
We don't even look at each other. But sometimes he sends me like coming videos with the sound on, and then I like heart react it.
No. I never done that.
You have done that.
I have
and
not.
also in a previous podcast, you said that you never sent news before, and bitch, you have. Because baby, why do I have your fucking like literally pictures of your 7-inch fucking cock in my camera roll? And it's veiny and it's throbbing.
Well, I only did that because we're best friends. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you were doing like a cock check. It's like a fit check, but like when you actually just pull down your pants and like reveal your rock hard cock.
Yeah, like a cock rating. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's what like best friends do for each other, and that's what straight people could never do for each other because we're best friends, and that's like why we can do that.
Yeah.
Come here, baby. Anyways, that's all.
That was good.
Okay, love you guys.
Love
Hope you have a good day.
Have a good one.
안녕하세요. 사랑해요. Bye.